brother. Respect, respect, respect. Hey, Moses Zanga, Zambia. Now, Zawe. My redemption song, oh, yeah. God bless my Africa. My redemption song, yeah. Oh, my redemption song. My redemption song, yeah. God bless my Africa. All right, I will inbox it to you, the full name. Africa is a land of refuge. Africa is a land of slavery. Africa is a home of wealth. Home of wealth. Oh yeah, talent. Wake up, Africa, and be very vigilant. Yeah, oh yes. Listen not to war, like a piece of chessmen. Somebody help me sing my redemption song. Yeah, my redemption song. My redemption song. Yeah, my redemption song. Hey, Blessing Rogers. My redemption song. Yeah, God bless my Africa. God bless my Liberia. I said now we know, yeah. Yeah, now we know. Now we know. I said now we know, yeah. Yeah. Now we know. The price of rice will never come down. I said now we know, yeah. Hey, yeah. Now we know. In the midst of what we are tested, I said now we know, yeah. Hey, yeah. Now we know. They send us to kill our brother. I said now we know, yeah. Hey, yeah. Now we know. Election is structured in a reality. I said now we know. Hey, yeah. Now we know. Oh, we suffer. Oh, yes. Hey, yeah. And now we know. I said, fool us and now we know. Sister. Hey, yeah. And now we know. They gave us free food just to kill our brothers. Hey, yeah. And now we know. They gave us package just to kill our relatives. Sister. Hey, yeah. And now we know. They gave us free education just to spoil our continent. Yeah, this song here. Now we know. I said now we know, yeah. Now we know. I said now we know. Now we know. Yeah, now we know. I said we suffer. Now we know. Sister, now we know. Oh yes, now we know. Now we know our brother there. But our brother there, I mean, I know he gone gospel now, but well, the music actually is part of it's between a secular and gospel. Definitely, I will email. I'll just send you the name actually. But let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm happy because the last time when I sat on the show here, I think that was 2 weeks ago, I posted on my Facebook page. And I said that another name is about to be to go behind bar here in Europe. I mean, somebody who fought in a war caused the carnage. And this morning, I'm happy that this gone Tuesday. This person was finally hunt down in Paris. I will bring you full development in that story. I just posted that. France investigate Liberian suspect for crimes against humanity. According to AFP this morning, the suspect was arrested on Tuesday in the northern Paris suburb of Bobigny. Yeah. I'll bring you full details. I have reached to the press office to France 24 or to confirm that news for me, and as soon as I get the confirmation, I will give you the full story. The name, I'm sure by then the name will be revealed as well. But let me say good morning, good afternoon. We're going to watch a short documentary. This is the program. This is the platform known as Justice Forum. On the Justice Forum, here what we do here, we call for the establishment of War and Economic Crimes Code for Liberia and the full implementation of the TRC recommendations. This platform will continue to remind them, and of course ourselves, of the past, the reason, or some of the reasons that some of us are still spending countless or sleepless nights engaging with the international community, engaging with individuals and organizations that can help us to institute what we are pushing for. That is to establish War and Economic Crimes Code for Liberia. You know, I'm happy that some of my big brothers who are actually a strong or an astute member of the CDC are on the platform this morning or this afternoon. I try to balance my advocacy in the best way possible, that whatever I try to criticize, and I do my constructive criticism, and I also try to step into to help a little bit, even if it have to be by virtue of just providing maybe suggestions and recommendations. I will always do that. The reason that even the CDC-led government will find it difficult to fight corruption this reason of connection, this reason of sympathy, this reason of protecting one another, some of my big brothers that are right now on this platform that are regarded to as astute supporters or members of the CDC, they can attest to this, that where they are, we don't say even where I am here in the UK that corruption doesn't happen, even in whether it's private or government institutions. But always have it at the back of your mind that the day you are booked, you're finished, you're gone. Your reputation is gone for good. Nobody will protect you. The law will not protect you. You can hire the best lawyers. When you go to court and you're found guilty, there is no sympathy. You will pay the full weight. You face the full weight of the law. 2 years ago, I was working for this a charitable organization, very big charity, and I was responsible to recruit volunteers for them and train volunteers and manage them. So the monitoring, evaluation, everything, as far as getting volunteers to work for us at the time is concerned, it was my responsibility. And the person that was responsible to pay every one of us, not known that over the past, maybe over the course of 3 to 5 years, this guy was stealing the charity money, the organization money. And every charity in this country, before you operate, you have to register with what is known as charity commission. You must have a charity number. Even the small charity are running, you must, because at the end of the day, you will be going, either you will go to the street to collect donations, and although 1 or 2 cents that the people are giving you, the government protected, that body will protect those individuals. That public money. If you apply for funding to undertake a project, whether it's in Africa or it's here also, that public money. So when you're running a charity here, you have to be absolutely on top of things. That you can't employ anybody with some kind of a tinted record. So that's it. And this guy was paying. He was responsible to pay us. And so, over the course of 5 years, the man was taking money. When he ready to go for a holiday, you know, he will go and have a very, you know, nice time and come back. Especially, you know, our holiday route is Spain, because it's hotter there than the UK. And this day came now that the editors, the auditors, internal auditors, external auditors, that include the Charity Commission of the United Kingdom, and they found out that there was something happening with the account. An investigation was going on. In fact, the very week he left, he and his assistant took holiday at the same time that they went on holiday. They went for 2 weeks. Not known. I didn't even know as an employee. I didn't know what was going on. People were doing investigation or so. Now they found out that this man has stolen nearly £1 million. £1 million right now, according because the pound is not that strong right now. It will be about 1.5 million US dollars. Before, if the rate is really good, that £1 million will give you nearly 2 million US dollars before. And then we all later on, my land manager, because everyone, you have to have your land manager and you have the overall manager. So my land manager told me, so this is what's happening. So as soon as this man is back in the office, you will see police officers here also. So do not panic. Also, they're not coming for any other person. They're coming for him. This guy came for holiday. He came the next morning to work. I went as usual. I normally go very early. I was sitting down on my desk, and the people came to my office and knocked, and I said, well, the office is upstairs. And they went to his office. The next thing I saw, he was cuffed and was taken out. The next day, the woman came to work as well, the assistant. She did the same thing. She just came to work, and that day she didn't even put her bag down. Police, I think the police, undercover police and uniform police, they were already also packing their cars and things. And they just, by the time she entered the office, she didn't even reach in her own office, and they just arrested her right in the building and say, and they cuffed her and they cuffed her and then put her in the car and took her. Now later on, they admitted the act. So in that case, less sentence for them. But then at the end of the day, the whole charity, the organization was punished. And the Charity Commission of the United Kingdom have to say, okay, you know what? I don't know, to allow this to have gone for 3, 4, 5 years, it means that your internal, auditors are not even working. So there's no need. This is public money. You're playing with it. There's no need for you guys to continue operating. And then we went into the organization went into administration. And later on, not knowing the guy has, he bought two properties in Spain also that was taken away from him. It was auctioned by the government, took the money back here to the UK. And this individual stays serving sentence. This is what I'm saying. Unless the CDC-led government actually come out with robust action against corruption, we are going to find it very, very difficult in dealing with the international community. And I mean, look, let's admit it. Paris, you know, France cannot do it all for us. Not even France, sorry, China. China cannot do it all for us. Let's be frank. We have to be, our all partners, our all allies and things. We have to be close with them. No matter whatever we're getting from China or so, we shouldn't forget about the USA. If they turn their back on us, we are going to suffer as a country. Paris may come in and give you another, $10 million. But we can't continue to live on that anyway, on hangout. Whether it is handout we're receiving from the USA, but I know definitely, and some of you can attest to it, that what we can even get from them even more than other countries. And I can tell you, if they are angry with us the way we're running the country, or the way we continue to run the country, Europe is going to get involved. And the way the UK is breaking away, UK is going to get involved. A couple of months ago, 75 million, United Kingdom sent to Liberia to go strictly into health. I think that money pie went straight, not even go to the finance ministry or the central government, straight to the ministry itself. Supporting projects that will help protect life as far as controlling diseases is concerned. And so we can't go away from our allies. Let's be very frank. We can visit China 3, 4, 5 times at the end of the day, and let me tell you, China will exploit or even more than what Firestone is doing. Because right now, you don't even know you get China contract near a dense forest or a forest reserve. Also, you are not monitoring or whatsoever. You got huge, the ecosystem there is vast. Nobody is protecting anything over there. So I am, even right now as I speak to you, I am concerned about poaching in Liberia right now. I'm sure, but now poaching should be going on in Liberia. But we don't know because we're just sitting in the city. The immigration do not have power. They don't have logistics to police our borders. But the big companies like the documentary I was showing you the last time, they are way in the forest there. We don't know what they say they're looking for gold, they're looking for diamond or so. But there's something as bigger could even be going on there. They're making money out of. We don't even know. We have what it takes to even make money in terms of tourism. Somebody sitting in that office there, they're getting paid every month, they're getting allowances, and they're getting scratch card, they're getting every support that they're supposed to get as assistant minister or deputy minister for tourism. We can't see anything. We can't see any promotion outside there, whether they're doing anything to promote the image of Liberia in terms of tourism, so that we can even attract the people. Nobody's sitting in the office there. That's why, for me, I'm still calling on the government. Please, the ministry, try to break that ministry apart. That Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism. Those three components, break them apart. Let's create agencies. We can have the ministry as the Ministry of Information. That's it. Take the Department of Department of Tourism outside of there and create an agency. Create an agency solely responsible for tourism. Because they sit in our same building there, they just confuse you. They under the Minister of Information. The Minister of Information just there to promote to talk politics and defend the government and whatsoever, you know. And one day I've never heard him talking about tourism. Even during Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the same minister that is there was there. I never one day heard him talking about how we can promote tourism in Liberia or how we can make money out of tourism. Not a day. And I visited this deputy minister. I met her and I was asking her what are the challenges? How can we promote Liberia image outside there? How can we attract people to come here? We have a lot. We have forests that somebody can even go. Somebody can live from different part of the world and come here and enjoy themselves. We have animals that people can come here just to see those animals. We have waterfalls that people can come here and just visit. People can come from other part of the world and serve here. They see how we got a great, you know, current on the side of the sea. And nothing, the whole challenges. So let the Ministry of Information stay on her own. Take out take out the tourism aspect of it. Create an agency. Take out, they say, Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. Okay, take out tourism. Let's say culture in there. Create culture and entertainment. Separate. Culture and entertainment. Now you're talking about all the musicians, all the comedians. All of them will fall under there. Our traditional people, all of them falling under there and whatsoever. But all of them sitting down in that ministry, they're just confused because only one minister they are looking up to. They're confused. They don't even know. That minister shouldn't be their boss. The information minister shouldn't be their boss. These people should have their own agency and run the country. They run the country. We're losing so much. I went on the internet recently, and I can't believe the kind of animals that we have in Liberia. Let's forget about elephants. That one, it came on the news the other day that in fact they went on the rampage until somebody died. But the attraction we have that we can make money off, man, that people will start going to Kenya, they will start going to South Africa, Botswana. Not even from the UK. These people like going on holiday. Oh man, once the way rainy season coming now or the winter coming, they're looking for places to go for holiday. My people were losing too much. Some of you at least you have this connection directly with the power that be. Please, some of them will sit here when we're talking. You please forward it, our recommendation, our advice to them. It is not. This is all in the interest of our children, especially in the interest of our country. So when I sit here, that's why I don't like to focus on the negative criticism aspect too much. If you do the wrong one, I will tell you this one was wrong, and I'll tell you what we should have done to make it good. That's my country. The reason I felt so much that the skills and knowledge I got here that I have to send back home to help my people and put this small charity together since 2011 is because I'm here, but I know my heart is back home in Liberia. My heart is about those future, those children, what I went through in life. What I went through in life. I know my children are now going to go through it because of the system here also. But what I went through in life, the rest of the children that are coming up now after me, I don't want them to go through that. Challenges were huge. I don't want them to go through anything that that will cause them hardship. Like what we went through, we're running here and there, moving here and there, looking for safety. Our parents killed before us. We walking somewhere with things that we're not supposed to see. We saw aid, like here. When the accident happened, it's still terrific or so. Children, and I said the parents would not even allow their children to see those things. But our children, right before then, their own parents were raped before them. Their own parents were killed before them. We have a whole lot to do. If we don't do this, I'm telling you, Minister Eugene Nangbe, wow, whatever it is. But I have a serious problem. He is the boss in our ministry. So long we still have Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism, he is the overall boss there. All these people are just, eyeing him. They're all the deputy ministers. But he doesn't talk about it anymore. Since he got that position, one day, I want somebody to challenge me, whether he has one day addressed the press, in both national and international, on tourism and cultures also. Not a day. So let us split that ministry. Let the Ministry of Information be our own. Let's create agency outside for tourism exclusively. That these people can be busy. Where the thing we have to go and put a barricade and make it a national park. Let them go and work in the forest. Create a national forest. Look at our National Museum. What is in there for our children that are coming to know? Even me. There's nothing I learned through the National Museum there. Nothing. No history is there. No history. No history. We don't have any history in that National Museum. Honestly. We don't keep record of people that actually make difference in our society. We don't keep record of them. When they die today, we finish with them. We don't even keep at least photograph or the work they've been doing. Also, we'll say we'll have so that our children that are coming up, schools can be visiting the National Museum for the children to go learn about their country. Here, it's happening every day. I go to our National Museum here in my city here. So long as school time, you will meet. Every day you will meet different, maybe 2-3 schools. Every day they have gone there. They're learning about the history of the UK. They're learning about the history of the war and things. They're teaching them. You go there, all the videos are on First World War and Second World War. Everything is still being replayed for people to see. Industrial Revolution and things. Coal mining that was hugely making money in the UK here, in the part of Wales. The children here that are coming every day, they're learning that one. Our children, nothing else. I'm going to stop the talking a little bit because I got two documentaries to show, and then from there I will come back now to. Okay, I just got an email now. I will come back to give you the information with respect to the arrest that was made in how do you call it? In Paris. Okay, let's see which one we should watch first. I got a documentary here, Peacekeepers' Efforts in Liberia Lead to Chaos, and I got another documentary here, says sporadic fighting continues in capital. So I think we're going to do that first. It's just about 4 minutes, and then we go to peacekeeping. Okay, 8 minutes, and then from there we'll come back to this story. Let's see. Thank you so much for joining in. But do not hesitate. If I'm talking nonsense, you can also tell me that, Max, what you're talking is not I don't agree with you. I'm always open to that. Okay, let's watch this short documentary. Like I said, this forum is called Justice Forum. This forum is exclusively reminding ourselves of the past during the war and calling for the establishment of War and Economic Crimes Code for Liberia and the full implementation of the TRC. So when you come on my platform, like how people have been coming, they're asking questions, why you keep showing this and whatsoever, we don't want to remind ourselves, this and that, they're coming at me or so. I keep telling you, this particular platform, Justice Forum Liberia, is for this purpose. If you don't want to see it, do not come here. Do not come on my platform and make any sarcastic remark. I will go right away, find you and block you. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see what's going on here.
Every morning we decided to sit down to see what the day can bring for us. But most of the time when the people shoot at us, we have to respond to them. You know, you cannot sit down, somebody can kill you or cut your, slaughter you and just go. No. You have to defend yourself.
And now Mr. Johnson, who articulated me to be our leader. Where you got on these wrong things? Get my Nasty. Pepito. Pepito.
Just forgot to quite this shooting happened actually. I don't know. Sorry.
In a northern suburb of MoreThe, one of Africa's most vicious civil wars has burst open with renewed violence. After a 2-year truce, Charles Taylor's Patriotic Front, the NPFL, tried to capture the country's main port. They want to evict the self-styled provisional government from its fragile base in the capital. In a conflict which seems more like a blood feud, the fighters are often young orphans, like this 12-year-old boy. He's fighting to revenge the death of his father, killed by opposition forces in the last war.
Let's get out of here.
But the nature of the civil war is changing. The NPFL's main enemy now is the 7-nation West African peacekeeping force. On the horizon, heavily armed Nigerian jets on a bombing raid over rebel positions around MoreThe. In a grotesque reversal of its supposed mandate, the peacemakers of Ecomog have gone on the offensive. Far from bringing peace, the Ecomog soldiers have simply aggravated this conflict and added to the casualties. And they've increased the rebels' cannabis-fueled determination to defend the 90% of Liberia they currently hold.
I don't want to listen to no ceasefire from any radio. I'm only here to listen to my leader. If he comes here and tells me, say, ceasefire, I'm going to ceasefire. How where do you copy me? But we are our brothers. When they say ceasefire, we win the ceasefire.
We will fight to the last man. I will get weapons from wherever I have to get it. If the Pentagon's got some, please give me some. I'll use it. We are not a military group here. I'm not a soldier. What we seek to do is to destroy these military dictatorships around Africa. And that's that Charles Taylor virus. If the civilians can throw out the army, wow, we are in trouble. That's that virus. Well, I love it.
At the Firestone rubber plantation north of MoreThe, there's more evidence of Ecomog's growing involvement in the war against Taylor. A month ago, Nigerian peacekeeping planes bombed and strafed the factory, site of the world's largest plantation. 41 people were killed, more than 100 were injured. The jets dropped cluster bombs on the workers' quarters, as well as the factory. The American director can't understand why.
It's horrible. It's a devastating experience to witness something like this. I would find it hard to think that what we are engaged in here would have any value other than something that would be to the well-being of the world.
The Firestone Hospital, short of supplies and staff, can only treat the minor injuries. The United States has warned Ecomog that it risks losing international support if it attacks civilian targets. Even so, the US has given at least $10 million to the peacekeeping force. More is thought to be on the way. Ecomog defends the raid. They say the factory is still a base for Taylor's rebel forces.
Our bombing raids concentrate on lines of supplies and concentration of the fighters. And that we are free to do wherever we think there are ammunition dumps and other strategic war materials. It's all part of the defensive measures. And we are very free to do that.
Does that include the Firestone factory and the residential area where the Firestone works?
If the Firestone factory was used as a dump, by all means, we damn bloody blow it.
On the MoreThe front line, within view of Taylorland, are members of the AFL, the Armed Forces of Liberia, who, in theory, are trying to contain the rebel army. They're the soldiers of murdered President Samuel Doe, deposed by Taylor 2 years ago. They were supposed to have handed in their weapons to the peacekeepers, as was the NPFL. Instead, the AFL around Monrovia are still armed, expecting a fresh attack by Taylor's forces at any moment. Here too, the monitoring force has got involved, helping to repel recent NPFL offensives.
They are defending their position too. So they are not aligned for us. They are defending their position because if they don't do it, you know, from the initial state, their position will attack, so they know why it is.
So you need each other.
Exactly so.
The peacekeepers of Ecomog deny working with the AFL, but on the ground, it's clear that the so-called neutral force has swapped its white helmets for green ones. At this frontline checkpoint, Ghanaians from the peacekeeping force work side by side with the Liberian army. It's as if the UN joined forces with one of the warring factions in Bosnia, fatal to any idea of impartiality. Ecomog, though, insist they're keeping their distance.
We have a Ghanaian unit in that place that is somewhere distinct from where AFA is fighting, so they're not fighting alongside.
Would you be overrun by Taylor's people if you didn't have the backup of the AFL and Ulima River?
That is implying that AFA is fighting alongside with me, which I've said no.
But we have seen it right there on the front line with your troops well behind.
That will be the end of the interview.
Taylor's NPFL say the peacekeepers, by propping up the interim government, are keeping them from victory. His bizarrely dressed battalions in corsets and crucifixes will only disarm and face elections if the UN takes over the peacekeeping operation.
With a reduced Ecomog, removal of artillery, removal of the jet fighter bombers, and a mixing up of the forces with UN observers here, neutral, to supervise their activities here, we could go right into elections. I want elections.
But as the refugees fleeing the fighting know, peace in Liberia is further away than ever. Among the casualties, 5 American nuns, reportedly killed by Taylor's troops last month during a gunfight. Eyewitness evidence suggests this was their car. Liberia's civil war sends out a bleak message to the international community. Ecomog was supposed to mark the start of self-help for Africa's political problems. Instead, it's just made them worse. Unless there's more direct international intervention, Liberia's pain looks set to continue.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right, welcome back. Let's see. I think we're gonna do small talking now. I'm gonna do small talking. Okay, you're gonna do small talking, but let's take a short musical break. I will come back then. Yes, we can continue here today. I think I need to go to okay, let's still welcome brothers that way. Indeed, the war is not my portion. Everything they did to me is not my portion. The question here is, where do you stand for the core? there are people, or some of us are calling for the establishment of war and economic crimes code for Liberia.
When you don't have money,
Where do you stand? Are you still on the fence,
brother, I say no risk.
or are you with us
Somebody will
for the
your fun.
for this call?
Come on, yeah, you come on, say no. Sound good in your swag, sound good in you. It's your well, you sound good in you. What did that claim? Oh, he will ride there, so. You see the hungry man, he has no choice at all.
Oh yes, indeed. From my end this afternoon, late afternoon, good afternoon to all of you there. Welcome to the show. This is Justice Forum Liberia. Oh yes. Well, not anymore will be my portion. Not anymore will be our portion as well. Welcome to the show. But I want to get you involved as well in what we're discussing here this afternoon. The call for the establishment of war and economic crimes code for Liberia and the full implementation of the TRC recommendation. So where do you stand this afternoon? I want you to give me a call. The number to call is let's say +1 443 602 8847 +1 44 sorry yeah +1 443 602 8847. Or better still, you can video me. Yeah, call me. Those of you watching live on the video, you can just request coming on the video live, and let's hear from you as well. Mr. Prince Johnson said that every morning, by the time he opened a radio station, he will hear about people crying that they want the war crime court. He will shut down one. He will shut down all radio station down, and he go to another one. And when you go to another one, you will hear people talking about war and economic crimes code. And so you say he's so angry now that, that we are talking, we are talking nonsense. That we don't have sense. All of us that are calling for the war crime code, they say we're talking nonsense. And if I went on to say that, in fact, I mean, it's a complete fiasco. It will never happen in Liberia. Yes, he said it. And I remember when he said it. I remember when the
whole thing there is that not everything in the TRC report is wrong. The one that is very much questionable is the one that incriminated citizens of their involvement.
I hear you, Mel. I hear you. Not everything. Not everything in the TRC is wrong. But the portion that incriminated, what? You think? Why the TRC? Why the body didn't call me and say, Max, you participated in the war, and incriminate me? Wait. What this man is saying? Let's hear from me. Let's hear from him. What? What are you saying?
Very much questionable is the one that incriminated citizens of their involvement in crimes against humanity. Now, what was the yardstick that the TRC used? When those who appear before TRC did not see the would-be victims, the accusers.
Okay, the yardstick we used was those videos that we still seeing. Yes, your video that the international community is still viewing. Some of us, they watch it when we go to some meetings or conferences, and when they ask you which country you're from, and you say I'm from Liberia, they just think that all of us are cannibals. That is the yardstick we used, or we are still using, and we want to use in the court against you. What yardstick you calling for, or you asking for? Now listen to them. I just want to analyze.
What was the yardstick that the TRC used? When those who appear before TRC did not see the would-be victims, the accusers.
Okay. You know, when this senator is talking, I wonder he can think before he actually talk. So his point of contention here is this: that since the family of Samuel Canyon Doe accused him of killing Samuel Canyon Doe, if I can understand him well, what he's saying now is that the family should bring the living body of Samuel Canyon Doe before him. Burden of proof. Now listen to him again.
Now, what was the yardstick that the TRC used? When those who appear before TRC did not see the would-be victims, the accusers. Our judicial system calls for the accused facing the accuser.
Oh God, you know, I'm not laughing. Oh, yeah, it hurted me a lot when they met. I mean, since the man addressed this, the one was done right after the TRC. I'm not seeing the accuser, so there's no case against me. You want the family of Tecumseh Robert to come right before you and bring the, I don't know, how's that going to happen anyway? Because even the bones now, some of them, the bones finna turn into some, you know, something else. This is complete mockery. You're laughing at the family, to be frank. The senator is laughing at the family people, playing mockery out of them. Go and bring the living body, or go and bring the part that in fact, he asking for a living body of those that he killed.
Judicial system calls for the accused facing the accuser and giving the accused due process. Okay? If you say Senator Johnson raped, which I never done in my life, I have to know who I raped. I have to not be told who I raped, but I have to see who I raped.
Ah, you're hearing now? Don't tell me that I killed. But when you accuse me that I killed your relative yesterday, bring that person before me. Don't just accuse me, but bring the proof. There you go. I'll be right. Yeah. This is little Regina. This thing the man brought. I don't know whether it's upside down or I don't know which way. I think it's that way. This is little Regina. Maybe somehow upside down, isn't it? Alright, it's not actually correct. So I seen it upside down. This is little Regina. 13 years old. He just made a mention about rape. Let me bring little Regina in. This 13 years old is nearly a year now since the Front Page Africa brought this story to light. Allegedly was raped by the uncle. Got pregnant. They have to have cesarean to bring the child out. The child right now, little Regina, as we speak, we don't know where she is. And now the lawmaker then that was accused was taken to court, and his lawyers are asking, say, well, my client is innocent. If you think that he actually did this, then you bring the proof, because the proof is the witness, which is Regina. And now Regina cannot be found. So that the same thing they may say now. You accuse me that I killed somebody. You bring the proof right before me. You bring the proof. Let me see the proof. Then I will believe it. Hey, Mr. Johnson, you men of God now. According to you, you were ordained. You were called by God to become a preacher. You started preaching before even Madam Water Allison met you. You were already as a senator when Madam Allison left from the States and went to see you just to inquire what is it that you know about my late husband? How was he killed? And the rest, we all know what Prince Johnson did to this woman in his office. Requesting for his weapon, in fact. Give my pistol, give my pistol. I will play that later. You after this, you will hear it again. Insulted this woman like I don't know. Let's continue with this.
I have to know who I raped. I have to not be told who I raped, but I have to see who I raped. I must be given due process. But when you call me and you say, well, the TRC is not a court, it's just to come and tell the truth and reconcile with the aim to meeting your would-be accuser. And if you did something to the accuser, you say, I'm sorry, if you can remember. And so, but that was not the case. We were invited individually to narrate our experience of the war. And after that, the TRC wanted to use our narration to convict us. That is not done anywhere in the court of law. Due process is what our Constitution requires. So if you say Senator Johnson massacre, you have to be able to say exactly where the massacre took place, the site.
Yes, Senator, we know where some of the mass graves are. Right now, we got people in Liberia, all of us that are running, that are actually calling for this establishment. We know. Amen. I don't know.
So that independent journalists or independent interested people will let to go and make inquiry in that particular site. But when you leave the whole thing vague and say the man massacre, no one knows where he massacred. You just say it's a massacre. He massacred 200,000 people. Where?
I will say so.
And who says so? It's the same body that talking. So when you leave a gap for doubt, then how do we implement such a report? How? The report, I went from the beginning to the end. What it says there, mostly about my organization, IMPFL, is that the IMPFL was the most disciplined organization among the different factions.
Okay. You're hearing again. IMPFL was the most disciplined warring faction. Is this man of God really? I mean, is he really a man of God? I mean, even your own self, man, when you sit down let me put you in a picture where you are now as a man of God, as a preacher of the gospel. I mean, when you sit on your own, I mean, why can't you sometimes just think and say, hey, God, let me face the people and tell them the truth. Let me just say the truth. I mean, if anybody can, have the heart to forgive me, fine. But for this man to continue on this ride and say he didn't do anything to us, to Liberia, requesting us to bring living bodies of those that he personally killed. Let me forget about his false what he forced the, you know, all his boys were doing. But he himself. Come on, Ebi.
And yet claim that I care the most. So in my organization that I control is branded as the most disciplined. In the TRC, I'm the one who got it. You know, it's questionable.
So, Senator.
So in other words, the TRC did not give due process of law to those incriminated in crime against humanity.
So, Senator, still on this TRC report, apart from those issues that you raised, in general, how do you view the TRC report? It is best for the people of Liberia, or?
The TRC was brought here not by Senator Johnson. It was brought here by the crafter, the politicians, the warring faction leaders. I was in Nigeria. The whole thing there is that night.
Oh God, I just lost this connection. Come on, man. What did you have to do there?
They chose truth and reconciliation. And they said they didn't want work around code. So how dare you bring TRC and want to change that on the ground, change that to work around code on the ground, when the work around code was what you should have chosen there? That's my question. If you want a work around code, thank God. Nobody's above the law. If you feel that we did something wrong and there was a need to prosecute us, then when you went to Ghana and they gave you two options, work around code and TRC, why did they refuse the work around code and choose TRC? They choose it, not Senator Johnson. I was in Nigeria, they brought TRC here. And they had brought work around code here, and I was indicted for whatever crime they thought I committed, I will come.
What are they referring to?
Whoever was present in Ghana.
The politicians.
The politicians, the warring faction, they crafted the TRC. They crafted a crap piece of call.
So what are the challenges now in reconciling Liberia? What do you see? What do you suppose the challenges are?
Well, first of all, there are so many challenges. But to begin with, I told you earlier, our people have begun the process of reconciliation. You see, in Grandchildren already they are there. And we drive midnight to go to any country here, there's no trouble on us. And no tribe is revenging against any tribe for what they consider that tribe to have done during the war. That is all past. So we have begun the process. It's just to develop more, to develop more on it and to not do those things that once broke us apart.
Senator, let me just take you now to the issue.
But let me just follow on and you come you see, you have just.
I agree with you, Florence. We're going to listen to another audio. Just before we go to France now, because more details are out now. So I'll read the details to you. About the arrest that was made on this Tuesday. A Liberian who directed a war in Liberia has just been arrested. Last time somebody called me and said they were in pursuit of somebody, and I posted here say another name will soon be out in terms of this war crime thing. But let's see President Prince Johnson again. Wow, Indonesia, welcome. Liberian, we are so blessed. We're all over now. Let's listen to Prince Johnson again, and then we'll go to the video that I don't even know how to describe that one.
2 million talks are on the radio. When you open the radio, they talk show, what's your view? They talk foolishness, but they're not wise. If you're not wise, you are foolish. So I'm a former hand, yeah? Then you come report the truth, kill them. You know the oath we took in the army? We took the oath in the army to defend the people, the sovereignty, not the sovereignty of the president. We told the army not to execute illegal orders, unlawful orders. So you see, people are not smart. When you say, John will catch people, just see no reason to catch anybody. But if they were the one who were president, and the one who go after us, the army will split. The Madinga people who there too, they will say, why you carrying out somebody? The Geo people, Madam will say, why you carrying out somebody? You have no army. You have nothing but chaos. I told you before, I said, you know you put me here. I was elected by my people, but I gave you Nima country. When I told you all over, I said, Nima country, your son, your people. So he's trying his best. The support for second round overwhelmingly will be based upon how many environment on a high level. How many Nima people being minister, ambassador, managing director? Nima is large. So what we will support him, or what we will be doing, is that the next election, though we are there for 6 years, and we promise another 6 years, 12 years, but we will make sure that we use our resources to repatriate all the Ghanaians in every country to come and register for the census. So we can have a huge number. We are 1.2 million. They all don't come, almost all come. So I stand here as a gateway between this government and the people, of my country. All over Liberia, they open out themselves, Nima Pato. They depend on me, they look up to me. And I told them, just be. So when you touch George, when you touch us, we got his backing, he got our backing. But your work plan code of fiasco is not coming in. Because they go through processes.
All right. Our war crime code we're calling for is a fiasco. I just agree with what my sister just said. Let me. I'll read your post again. Florence say Prince Johnson talks is not big past the law. It's not big past the law. It's not big, oh. Yeah. We want it. No impunity. In Europe, here in the UK, it's going to a year now. Agnes Reeves Taylor is behind bars. The full court appearance is not until perhaps this October. I'm following that. I'll make sure that I follow that story to the letter. That case. Yeah, Daniel, I'll call you. Let me just show the other last one, and then I'll come back. When Walter Allison met Prince Johnson, and then so we have a couple of them now in Europe, and I just said the 50 years part are right here. I mean, like what the other people say, you know, the Freetown people when you're asking them about the sentencing of Mr. Taylor, they say, well, for us, that sentencing is okay. You know, it's the same as death sentencing, because looking at his age now and the sentencing for 50 years, I mean, we are happy. At least him plus all of Sierra Leoneans will not go unpunished. And at this news this morning now, another one being knocked down in Paris. So that 3 years now. 3 right now waiting for a trial. Tom, will you be inside? So the big 3 that formed the MPFL, according to Charles Taylor, the big 3, and one more, the Omar. Because it was he himself, Charles Taylor, according to him, during the trial, Tom Boweyu, and the Omar. I'm talking about Ellen, my Ellen, yeah, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Let me just say the Oma. So when we grab that other fish, Prince Johnson, I mean, throughout the trial, I didn't hear much Taylor mentioning much about himself. So you know, like Taylor don't even regard him. Okay, let's see. Let's watch this short one, and from there now I'll open the line. Definitely, I will call you Morris or Dennis or either or Daniel. Sorry, or either you can call. But let's watch this short documentary. This one I'm going to show it to you because you need to see it.
You don't know me.
You need to see this. So let me see. A little bit. I just want you to see it. Especially you're the woman then. You see, they met Mario, the pastor here. Pastor Prince Johnson. Married legally. But you're here. This is when Walter Allison learned from the States. Getting to know that Prince Johnson is now a senator, Prince Johnson is now a preacher of the gospel, having your own church, and say, oh yeah, they may now, but then I can go to him now and talk to him and find out about the death of my husband, because the children keep asking me also. You're here now. What was the response? Let me see. I can get the volume up. Let me get the volume up. Sorry for the delay.
You don't know me.
Mr. Johnson, to my Holy Communion, to my family, my children, I told 9 months, I did not know anything. It's just a plot to kill grade. And all those people plotted to kill grade. I was not here.
But you heard it.
I was sick. I can't tell you I was. I heard it. No, I heard it. I was trying to say I was not here.
Get my pistol. Get my pistol.
No, I don't.
You don't know me.
Mr. Johnson, to my Holy Communion, to my family, my children, I told 9 months, I did not know anything. It's just a plot to kill grade. And all those people plotted to kill grade. I was not here.
But you heard it.
I was sick. I can't tell you I was. I heard it. No, I heard it. I was trying to say I was not here. Sorry. No, I can't.
Ego. You left your woman home. You left your woman home. You get your wife. You get your wife at home and you're treating another. Ego. You have your children at home. You're treating another mother like this. And then people stay putting the man up high and say he's a hero. How can you be a hero in this kind? I mean, you live this kind of a life. How can you be a hero? The woman using the Holy Communion to swear because she's sitting down right before a preacher of the gospel, somebody who is running a church. Somebody who is a senator. And say, but now if I go and stand before him and talk and ask him, I'm sure this preacher of the gospel will be will really, really cool down good. You know, since he's a preacher now, once I go there, you know, God will be using him. Whatever question I ask, Prince Johnson will answer me correctly. Look at what she receiving there. The person swearing with on their children. I swear to my children. I swear to the Holy Communion. Thinking that you're sitting down before the pastor. By the time you use this kind of a word, a man of God, a woman of God will come to themselves. And they would think that whatever coming from this person's mouth is true. And you're responding to them like this. And somebody tell me that he's a hero. Yes, hero for you, but will never be a hero for me. Will never be a hero for Liberia. Hey God, when I heard that Mr. Johnson in 2005 was running to become president of Liberia. Is it president or vice president? The very, very people that this man caused devastation on today, some of them are still sleeping rough. Some of them are still going to bed hungry. Some of them were, before the war, they could afford to feed their family members and things. They were doing little business or so, or they were engaged in whatever they could help their family with. But there's nothing there. He brought how they call it, freedom for them. And today these people are struggling. And he is there enjoying. We pay him. This thing not hurting me now. We pay these people. We buy them scotch cards to call their whosoever they want to call. They're coming from taxpayers' money. We give them allowances every month. We give them salaries. We buy cars for them. We turn around, we put fuel in our car. We turn around when the car breaks down, they take it to the garage. We have to pay for it. There's absolutely nothing. Nothing they have to do. Just to go, drive in the morning, go and sit down for 2 or 3 hours in the Capitol building. From there, boom, the outside is gone. We rewarded them for all right, let me see whether Daniel is still around. Let me see whether Daniel is still around. Daniel, if you're around, I think you need to try and call me. I think I can see you. Yeah, Daniel, I can't see you on the bulletin, so call me. Okay, I get the power ready. Okay, I think that Daniel trying to call now. Yeah. Okay. All right. Get Daniel. Let's see whether we can get Daniel, and then from there I will bring you this news from Paris, the Justice Forum. All of you that, especially this one is for all of you that are on this bandwagon calling for the establishment of war. And
hello?
How are you, Roberta? How are you doing?
This is not Daniel, this is Asma Rush. I'm talking to you from Indonesia. From Indonesia.
Yeah. How are you, brother?
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure hearing you from all the way there.
Yeah, I've been monitoring your show for a long period of time. I will not talk for long, I will get my point. You understand?
Okay. Yeah.
We Liberians, we need to understand something. Our children are looking up to us. The future of our children lies in our hands.
Yeah.
You understand, brother?
Yeah.
My point here is this, you understand? War crime code, no war crime code. Why those people that brought this war on us sit in power and benefiting? That rings a very big belt that war is a good thing. If you bring war tomorrow, no matter what it is, you can be a big government official, you can become a senator, and you will benefit. So now those guys that brought the war, they are gaining. It's like you plant on the farm, and now you're harvesting. I'm talking to you, I'm a sedition. You understand? I'm a diehard sedition, but I'm telling you that those people that brought this war on us are enjoying.
Yeah.
Look at our children. They are looking up to us today. What will become of our future, the children's future tomorrow? You understand my point? This is my point. If there is war crime code, no war crime code, my main point here is this. All those that brought this war on us should move from these positions. Let us look at the youth, those guys, those people that are in LU. We got people in Nima County who came able to become senator, who have never participated in the war. We got people in Grand Gile who came able to become senator that never participated in the war, in Grand Bassa, in Lofa, in Bon County, name all the counties. We got clean hand people. So are you telling me all those clean hand people that went to school and learned, that came able to become senator, they are probably going in, they have to be military personnel before they become senator? They have to take back with blood before? You understand? Yesterday there was another talk show. I tried to bring the idea on, they cut me off. You understand? I'm saying this in short, that the Liberian people should get together and talk to our president and explain from the bottom of our heart, there is no fighting business. There is nobody, I am telling you, I ask my rush, there is no Liberian willing to hold firecracker. You know firecracker, I mean bring the local Liberian with firecracker to put in the exit, I want to fight war. All that thing that's scared is 1,005 voltage. Or if you test, what army will split? Which other army opponent will split? When they had the riot in Liberia 7 times ago, when they had a riot, there was a Muslim and Christian wanted to have small riot. Which one of those military people decided to wake on their hands and say, yeah, let me go stand on the side. Everybody is afraid. They know what's up. If the great Charles Gange Taylor can be in prison, who can go there?
Yeah.
You understand? So no one should come say if there's a war crime code, there will be war in Liberia, the people will split, nobody will split. What is happening now, those guys are relaxed in their hustle. They have put the seeds into the farm. The farm has become big now. They are benefiting from what they feed, they put into the farm. So now they are afraid to lose their property. It's not because anything. They're afraid to lose. The enjoyment is too much.
Yeah.
The enjoyment is too much. You understand? So all those people now they are afraid. Wait. Yeah.
Rush, you just cool my blood a little bit because I was in Monrovia. If you were there, I was central Monrovia when the war came, so I know. Whenever I go across the look for food, I have to go to IMPF. I saw things that I shouldn't have seen. Now, I know, whenever Mr. Let's say Johnson is saying anything that has to do with war, even the statement that he just said about army splitting or so, I will have to be concerned. What's about the issue of him? The last time I also got him on record where he said that there's an association now. It's being established, association of warring factions. Former warring factions, and he named some of the heads as executive members. Are you not concerned about that?
Listen, let me make you understand something. Huh? Those days, let me tell you, it sounds funny to me. You know why it sounds funny? The same rhetoric they used on 1989. They're rewinding the rhetoric again.
Okay.
1989, Kon Kunaki rebel were disappearing from tree to tree. Well, in Liberia, we never knew nothing about that. That's the rhetoric that is coming up again. But it's coming in another form. This time around, the warring faction there, because they don't want to go to the Hague, or they don't want to have a war crime code, so they will emerge to have a coalition against the people that want them to go. It's a big black lie. Okay. They say there's a war crime code in Liberia. War crime code in any country is not backed only by the country herself.
No.
You understand? International observers, different people from all around the world will come. And those people that are coming, they are powerful than those people. Ellen Johnson said he had UN in Liberia for 12 years. You heard Constant?
No.
When she had UN controlling her, you heard anybody say I go in the bush to fight?
They will not even say this thing they say now.
Yeah. So I want to make you understand something. That if we agree that war crime could come in Liberia, and honor you and watch, nobody brave. I'm telling you, that just rhetoric to intimidate the citizen in the country. Because the people are afraid of war. We are afraid of war. There's a rhetoric. You know, I'm trying to tell the Liberian people it's very simple. The first step the people need to do, all the citizens of Liberia from village to village, from state to state, all those that participated in the war should not run for any governmental position, brother. That is to tell you that tomorrow, anybody can look at the situation and say, oh, okay, Senator, how you looking? I know say, no war crime in Liberia. You understand? So what I would do there is, if any kind of comment of anything happen in the government, I will turn around the government, then later on, they will give me some kind of position. Our people are suffering.
Too much,
we need to turn the page. The youth can become a senator. We have different positions in the House of Representatives that people that did not participate in the war, freshmen for House for LUUL can move straight over there. That change your plan. New people coming in. It's not just one group of people just eating the country money whole day from this generation to another generation. For me, I will keep on saying it. I'm a citizen. I will have no other time to go vote for any other party in Liberia besides CDC. I got my personal reason voting for CDC. But that will not tell me that I will not stand for the truth. You understand my point? That will not make me to not stand for the truth. Being me a citizen to go and cast my vote for CDC is quite different from the truth I'm saying now.
Well, the truth has to be said because it involves the whole country. So
the whole country.
Right. Yeah.
You understand? I appeal to our president. When the people came about this airplane business, he came out, he clarified it. When the people came about the loan business, he came out, he clarified it. I want him to come out again and make a general statement concerning the war crime code. We really need it. And the first thing before we reach there, we have to subdue these people by taking them from their position first. Then they know that the soup is hot. And then it's how we need to press the close. Because when those people have those positions, they have means to get money to convince people. But when this position is out of their hand, there's a good decision we make for them. It can't just be like that, brother. That's what you said just now. They're not going to be driving their car to get free gas slip passing all around. Every month is entitled me, I have to get a gas slip passing around. So what is good? Insurance and what is a very good thing.
Yeah.
If you look at it logically from the way they're treating the war laws in Liberia, women war is a very good thing. It's something that you don't have to go to school. Just go know how to play with gun. Moment last 1 or 2 people, turn around the government, bring chaos in the city. After some years, when you come out to see one from any government position, they will give it to you.
Yeah.
There's a players that there's not anything you don't have to be or doctor degree holder to understand the system. It's very simple. It's encouraging war in Liberia. If you do not punish those people that brought the war in Liberia, this will encourage war in Liberia.
Yeah.
So we should look at it the other way. We should not say that. We should not say that if you punish the people, it will bring war. It will not bring war. If you don't punish them, it will make other people to learn from them.
That's it.
Look in the house. Look in the house. Look at your children. It's a very simple example. Look at your children in the house. The one that go and misbehave, you don't punish him. You glorify him for misbehaving. What the other kids will do?
They'll follow.
They will follow. They will follow and say, oh, but send Papa cannot punish my other brother. I will do the same thing. So it's the same thing. That is good. It's the same thing in the country. So I want you to put it to the opposite way. If you're saying that if you bring a war crime code in Liberia, it will bring war, that's a big black lie. If you don't bring war crime code in Liberia, that is why you triggering war. Because people will look at it and say, okay, Senator, how you looking, eh? Yeah, so you can't execute president there. We have different things that happen. People that do other things there. So, okay, so no, nothing can come for all of it. Okay, send the case. Okay, I will not go to different country to fight because send a charter the point in different country, charge up at the whole for different country crime. Okay, I will not go to different country. My country will terrorize. So after 30 years now, in my old age, then when I can't order run for any position, the people will give it to me. That is the game the people are playing. We need to learn, Liberian people.
Yeah.
Some of us We also, if I don't go Liberia tomorrow, if I don't go Liberia tomorrow, if I go Liberia tomorrow for how many years, I'm relaxed the player air. I'm married, I got my kids here, I got my businesses running, I'm okay. I only invest in Liberia because I love Liberia. I only have property in Liberia just because that's my country, just for the future. That my children, they decide to move here, they won't go buy home, they get houses to go there, send my property here to be there. But not because we also we can live the rest of our life also, so we leave the people in the country suffering.
Yeah. I got
you understand?
Point, yeah.
So you always want to show me. I don't just come out to talk. I just been monitoring. I just came from somewhere. I saw the show. I said, let me make a comment. Let me try to bring up some ideas. What is in my heart? Let me bring it out.
Yeah, I appreciate it because
yeah.
I mean, especially my platform, I got a lot of government officials that do follow as well. So I appreciate it. And what you're talking about is even mentioned in this book, in the TRC recommendation. The TRC said we should. The mere recommendation that is here that they don't even.
Sorry, my son. I want to show his face. Sorry, I want to show his face. Okay, go now, please. Go now.
That's great. We're talking about Liberia. So
he never been to Liberia before.
Now the recommendations of what you were just talking about is everything is in here. Now that is what they're afraid of. 30 years banning them for 30 years that you shouldn't run for position and whatsoever. That's what Mr. Johnson doesn't want to hear. That's why the Omar don't want to hear.
They relax in their hustle. They put relax in their hustle. They see what I'm telling you. You put your money in business, they never have to pay that 83 now. They feel that I put money in a business and the business I pay them now. So the business is on now. They're benefiting from the business, which is you bring war. You bring war. You're not keeping people. The organization happy at the end of the day now. Then you tell them, say, if they walk out in if your person in Labrador army with what army is going to split?
Okay, brother. Rush, thank you so much for
I said monitoring that. Another person come here and talk. We get a view.
I think you've seen a lot of comments there in your favor. So thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you.
Okay. Love you guys. Yeah, Indonesia stand respect. CDC all the way, but CDC have to make the decision. The truth shall be said. One spirit.
Okay. Thank you. I think I didn't invite you on the show another time so we can talk. We can talk more.
No problem. I'm welcome anytime. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can call me up. Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Okay. That's Steve. That's Rush there, all from Indonesia. You can give me a call. Let get your take on the issue of this war crime code. I mean, do you also have that strong mind like Rush? That we should consider Mr. Johnson's statement as non-entity, that he just playing the scaremongering game, scare tactics. Okay, that we have already succeeded in having an association of former warring factions, and they call their name and they are now having meetings from one point to another. Reason that they're coming together now under one umbrella, I don't know. Association of Warring Factions in Liberia. For me, I'm concerned. Given the history of warring factions and given the history of him particularly, I am concerned because I got my family there, I got my mom there, I got my siblings. And every single Liberian is my family. And so those that are involved or those that their name are mentioned, we just want you to come clean. Just tell us, come. The TRC, I think next week we'll start dealing with the TRC report. There are a lot of good stuff that are in there as well. There are people that are supposed to receive heavy punishment. There are people that are supposed to receive kind of a medium type of punishment. There are people that are supposed to be lesser punishment. Why don't we have the TRC recommendations as well? When we finish with the first year, let me be very frank with you. And President Weir will make no comment about this cause I'm going to give up on President Weah. Let me repeat again. If the president, between now and December, if the president fail, especially maybe going to the UN, because the call for this establishment now is, is worldwide now. Even in UN now, they have documentation for that. The Liberian people, the huge number of Liberian people are calling for the establishment of War and Economic Crimes Code and the full implementation of the TRC recommendations. And so going to this UN General Assembly meeting, that speech, if our president between now to September 18 up to the 24th, I mean, if our president will not make any statement about what we are calling for, and it will not be mentioned in the speech that he's going to give at the UN General Assembly meeting, I'm done with my president. This is not right for the Liberian people. You know, the reason that people give people state responsibility? One, they respect your integrity. Especially when we go on the fair level, people will respect your integrity. Mr. Weah, for me personally, as a young person growing up in the midst of war, what I understood, and everything I knew about you was just about Lone Star. You were playing for Lone Star. You went on international, you played football. That during the 90s when we were running here and there in Monrovia, the period of time that Lone Star was still engaged in football international as well, that you helped a great deal. Those are the good news I heard about you. Let's see whether we can get William Kennedy. People like Raj, not because you're inside, you don't want to say the truth. Say the truth. Ask the burning questions. Because people like him, like Raj now that just comes from speaking, he's not thinking about himself. He's thinking about the children, the generation to come. Those ones that are in the street that we call in today Zokos, we made them like that. I'm not directly, gave them arms and ammunition to fight. But the whole thing now is on Liberia. It's on me as well as a Liberian. So whatever they're going through right now, I feel their pain. We call them Zokos. That's why when I go to Liberia, I'm invited on radio talk show. I'm telling them, you stop putting these people in these boxes. They don't belong there. That is not their name. The moment you start calling them names, you're putting them in boxes, you're pushing them one side. There's nothing in place for them. Anyway, let's welcome Mr. Brother Kennedy. William, good afternoon from my end. How are you doing? William, are you hearing me? Great. Welcome to the show. I think this is your first time on my platform. Welcome.
First time, and I'm one of your frequent viewers also.
Okay, let's hear from you. What is your take on? I know you've been following what we're talking here. What is your take? I know you're coming from the States, right?
Yes, sir.
What's your take, brother? What's your concern about your country, especially what we're talking about?
world best player because of the platform he had during the campaign season. He spoke about people going to court. He spoke about reconciliation, and he spoke about accountability. But at the end of the day, to see that he's president of Liberia and everything that he spoke about had not been thrown through the window. And, and I don't think this is the time for Liberian people to continue to give people chances. We've been giving our leader chances since 1847 up to now, and the more we give people chances, the more people do the wrong thing, and they keep failing us as Liberian citizens. I was just in Liberia 2 years ago to bury my mom, and sorry to say to you, when I came back to the States, I felt so happy that
our sympathy, buddy.
Yeah, I felt so happy that I was able to be back here to bury my mom, in the sense that at that time, I felt that it was better being dead in Liberia than being alive, because how much I was spending on a monthly basis from here buying medicines and it to Liberia, I mean, it's so sad. It's so sad. So, I mean, you just got to keep on the pressure. I don't know what's the criteria in order for the TRC to go to Liberia. I mean, for a war crime court to go to Liberia. If there's something that the ordinary Liberian have to do, petition to the United Nations, what's the process are, but whatever it takes, we all got to
this is what
each other.
Yeah, this is Kennedy. This is what happened for Sierra Leone. This is what happened. The Sierra Leoneans call for it, but after they approached the international community said, okay, but then we can help you guys to have it, but it won't be held in Sierra Leone, but rather in The Hague. So that how come? Because it has to do with war and crimes and everything. They have to carry it to the ICC. Now, but then Sierra Leone was in a position of recovery like Liberia as well. Now, there was no money. So the international community said, no, you don't have to worry about money. I mean, all the witnesses that will be brought here, wherever they are, once they agree to come to testify, we will be responsible. The ICC, due to from the donor agency, said we will transport them here. And everybody that went to the Hague, including Mr. Taylor, even when Mr. Taylor was, the moment he was arrested at the border, when at the border with Burkina Faso, according to him. But they took him back to Liberia. When they did the arrest at RIA, putting him back on that plane now became the responsibility of the ICC. So they have to pay his way back there. So all the witnesses, like what I was saying, money support is standing by. Even if Mr. Weah comes out tomorrow and say his government will not, do not have the mechanism to have the court in Liberia, we can go to the ICC. There's plenty of spaces there, and all the witnesses. If you're in Australia, you're in Cameroon, or whatsoever you are, they will. Once you agree to testify, they can reach you. They will pay your way. You come there, you testify, you sleep in your hotel, you get your food and thing, and after that, they give you small thing, you go back. That's how it happened. Even in South Africa, that's how it happened.
I mean,
Rwanda, that's how it happened.
We really need that in Liberia in order to go for, because Liberia is the only country I see so far in the world that criminals are rewarded with gold star, and people who actually mean good for the country die within a week time. It's the only place. So I think the international community too need to listen to Liberian people and put real pressure on George Weah. Stop all funding to George Weah government. Nobody should give George Weah $1 until his government can choose to prosecute people who did the wrong. I mean, we made a mistake from Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones said he shouldn't have even had the opportunity to be president of Liberia.
Yes.
But the so-called book people in Australia who claims to have all the degree went behind closed door and manipulated the system and brought Ellen onto us. Ellen shouldn't have had a chance to be president, but now, that is history. In as much as she has served, these people feel like they're so supernatural that nobody can get closer to them. But we, the ordinary people, if we continue to stick together, 20 years ago, there was no Facebook, so messages are not going across. But now everybody have the platform. You got your audience. I got 1 or 2 friends that I share videos.
That's it. Yeah.
So we get in there. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but justice will be served to the people, because those of us who lost family members or people who lost their entire family, they were not crazy. And how can the president say, oh, we can't prosecute people because all we want? Didn't Ellen Jones then knew that Samuel Kanyede was one of them when they brought war in Liberia? Did they not know that they were one of their brothers and they brought war? Was it impossible to give Samuel Kanyede the chance to rule and after that go back to the ballot? but instead they choose to use violence. So if violence was good to destroy, like, bro, why can't we use this same means to bring the people to the book?
Okay. Kennedy, thank you so much for today, man. Thanks. Let me take some more calls. Thanks for following and thanks for your contribution as well.
Thanks.
All right. Good day. All right. That's William Kennedy, brother there. You know, let's go to, let me bring you this news now from Paris. The establishment of war and economic crimes good. I mean, this is a good news for us. Let me bring you the news in full. France 24. In fact, I would just to tell you that indeed this is this news is a charity. I'm not going to go into read the paper. Let me show you. Let me carry my video there so you can see them before I can read the excerpts of it. All right, this is France 24, and this news came on Tuesday. France investigates Liberian suspect for crimes against humanity. So you see the police there when they went to do the arrest in Paris. Okay, so let me just show it to you. Then before I will take, I will read it I will read the whole news to you. Okay, that's the story that we're going to deal with just now. Okay. All right, it says here, France investigates Liberian suspect for crimes against humanity. And this particular story came on the 7th of the 9th. That's today, 2018. France has detained a suspected former militant commander from Liberia's brutal civil war and placed him under formal investigation for crimes against humanity for alleged atrocities including torture and cannibalism, police said Friday. Today, a legal source said the man, identified as naturalized Dutch citizen Conti K, is suspected of being a former commander in the United Liberation Movement of Liberia for Democracy, that's ULIMO, which fought during the 1990s. Arrested on Tuesday in the nearest Paris suburb of Bobigny, where he had been hiding out at the home of a friend, he is suspected of torture, murder, slavery, the use of child soldiers, and cannibalism between 1993 and 1997. Liberia, Africa's oldest republic, formed by freed American slaves, was devastated by two civil wars, which killed around 250,000 people between 1989 and 2003. ULIMO was set up to fight a rebel force headed by warlord turned President Charles Taylor, who is currently serving a 50-year prison sentence for aiding and abetting rebels who committed atrocities in neighboring Sierra Leone. Conti, the man in the picture, Conti K, his name is Conti, K-U-N-T-I, and the last name is just put K, capital K. Conti, just in case some of you want to see whether you can Google that and see what will comes out. So, Conti K, born in 1974, was detained in a joint operation by elite GIGN police officers from France's OCLCH agency, which investigates war crimes, genocide, and crimes against humanity. He had arrived in Paris, or in France, in 2016 after leaving the Netherlands and passing through Belgium, said Colonel Eric Emerox, head of the OCLCH. Paris persecutors had opened an you're running a school, and you're having students coming in. First of all, you must have the leadership. You must put together a leadership to run that school, right? That is why you have a principal, you have the vice principal, you have this administration, you have that and whatever and everything, right? Now, when things are going on wrong in that school, or the school is performing well, the first person, the first name that will always be out there will be the principal of the school. It's not even the owner of the school. I can build a school right now in MoreThe, and we're pumping in money, and the school, doing well. Students are passing good grades and whatsoever. But whenever anything happens to come to say a good name or bad name or so, it's not me. I who is a proprietor of the school, not me. That the principal name that coming out. So the reason, let me tell some of you that are having problem with us, I'm mentioning Prince Johnson over and over. The reason Mr. Johnson is being mentioned every time and then is that, number one, this man has no remorse. Some of you go to his church, right? You ever one day during his sermons, you ever one day hear him talking about, I apologize for causing war or for whatever role he played? The man continued to justify what he did. And now the man asking you now, you're accusing me of killing, go and bring the proof. So now, what do you want us to do? This name, we have to keep mentioning them. The madam, we have to keep mentioning her name. These are the, among all the animals, these are the big animals we are looking for right now. We got two. Tom Warrior, Mr. Taylor. When we get Prince now, Prince will even be able to help us to bring more people. When we get the Omar, no matter what, let me tell you, no matter what, yeah, I can play her clip. No matter what, the Omar will pay for it. She herself, she won't go free. My brother was saying we made a bigger mistake that time, 2005. Well, last time I was analyzing, yeah. I said, well, look, I can forgive. Maybe I can forgive myself. I can forgive Liberia for 2005. The same way I forgave Liberians and Liberia for 1997, right? Of Mr. Taylor. But the second term, I can't forgive myself for that. Well, every time I come across people and they ask me where are you from, and I say from Liberia also. Or those that already know about Liberia, when they say, why are you guys voting people or giving people power that killed your people, and destroy your country? I don't have an answer to give. I don't even know what to say. No matter what status I got here, it's still written somewhere as I'm a Liberian. And so when that identity is shown out there, these people attach my identity with my past, with what they still seeing on the internet. Somebody will still brave at this time. Some of the people who come across will still asking me whether we practice cannibalism. We still do cannibalism over there. I don't even know how to escape it. I don't know. Oh, are you guys still, doing cannibalism in your country? They saw it. Because what? Our people bluff with it. Even if we're hearing about ritualistic killing, it's a similar thing. That's cannibalism. Look at the little boy that was just murdered. Just for his body parts. then people are having problem with us coming here and we say, right, yesterday was yesterday. Yes, yesterday was yesterday, but today it's a different ball game. Let us request for this, that those who cause all this, they should pay for it. Then you having problem with it. People coming on my platform, why are you showing these videos and things, you know, let it pass, be past, let's forget about the past and whatsoever. We'll soon get to know the full name of him. That kid there will be identified soon. Conti, I don't know that even that Conti name there, I don't even know whether that he just went with pseudonym to enter the people's country and whatsoever. But they will feel it. We're behind them. The more that know them, we pass our papers on go to somewhere, say they person in some place. They'll sit down there one by one. We get you guys one by one. I hear from her. Hey, Oma, I can't wait to see her going.
First of all, we thought we started off right on reconciliation by having an inclusive government. Many of the people who sat around the cabinet and still do are people who were presidential candidates, vice presidential candidates, members of other parties, and many of them still are all non-political people. But as we get to the next election, then it becomes an issue because people begin to, you know, step away and form their own agendas. I think we're in the area of politics, so you hear a lot of that. The TRC report has a lot of good things in it. In fact, those who talk about the root causes of the conflict, the Americo-Liberian issue, and the cleavage that existed is all covered there. To address those things take a while. So we've put the TRC recommendations in different categories. The category that has to do with war crimes is something that we have to be careful with. If you were to take...
Now, you hear the other one again. We have to be careful. War crime. Let me see who is on the line. I will play her full responder. Okay, Abraham. Let's see what we can get. Abraham. We can get Abraham and here is told us well on the issue. Let's continue with Madam while we wait for Abraham call to be activated.
Take a while. So we've put the TRC recommendations in different categories. The category that has to do with war crimes is something that we have to be careful with. If you were to take 50-something persons and put them in a war crimes court today, I don't know what would happen in terms of our peace. So we've said on that one, we look at the example of Cambodia and others that says, yes, justice is important, but sometimes you have to make sure how you time it, how you sequence it.
20 years, or I don't even know since the war came to an end. So, come on, man.
There's another group of those who are banned from public office. That has some constitutional implications. Whether 9 people have the right to deprive some.
All right, I think Abraham should have. I think that you're having a bad network, Abraham.
Oh my God.
It's taking so long to
I don't know if I'll get it correctly, sir.
All right, we're getting you. Good morning, good afternoon from my end.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
I can't hear from Bluetooth.
Yeah,
Hello?
good afternoon. Ken Abraham?
Yeah. How you doing?
Good. Welcome to the show, buddy. Welcome. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Thank you.
Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from New Jersey.
New Jersey, USA. Yeah. Okay, good morning there. I know it's quite early there. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
What's your take, buddy? Let's hear from you, your pieces of advice and what you get for us on this show today.
Thank you for the show, and thank you for permitting me on your show. I just you know I mean you were just playing Ellen Johnson Salif cassette on the TRC, and you heard what she just said. These are the people that advancing where Iran, and then where he's stubborn on the war crime code business. I think you were just saying, and the next thing is the guy that they are just arrested in France. I just read it on your post. The guy, he's not a big person when during the war, but he was one of the very, very nasty killer. He called him K1. The guy was living in Monrovia. And only his name I just forgetting, but he's a Mandingo guy, and I think he was a general for Unimo K.
Right.
And the guy, he was one of the more desperate killer I mean, we just thank God that they arrested him. So we just want to send a word to those who actually took part in the war and they are based in Liberia. They don't want to move. They don't want to go anywhere because they feel that if they travel, they're going to arrest them. Liberia is only the base that they can stay on. So we will push for the war crime code and the economic code for Liberia. I don't care what happened. I was just monitoring another platform. This girl we call Chris 2. Azim, the late Azim Musa daughter, the man that used to kill people, the general. Yeah. The daughter was just on air, and I think she was in Liberia there. She went to Liberia and she got her on a pay. She came back and she opened her on a platform for Upon. They are not doing no good for this guy. I mean, I can just feel sorry because all these people that have platform, I can just be backing it wrong. They are not doing no good for the president. I think the president supposed to think twice. He should put on his thinking cap. You see, though what suffer though, that the same Liberian people suffer though, and he died painful death. So rest in peace. Is that though was not thinking. His though was thinking, but now he was going to be living. Nobody hate Wea. Nobody hate the president. Nobody must be telling Wea that people hating. Those that advancing, those that criticizing him, that those that love him more than those who giving him, those who telling him say don't do this, that the Liberian people, that what they can do. They are not carrying him anywhere. At last, they're going to run away and he's going to leave in it. I hope he put on his thinking cap. So I just want to tell you thank you for for your platform. And I mean, that's my piece of advice to him. He must not let for people about Liberian people where they see gravy, there where they sit, and they will not eat it, and they will not say the right thing. They will always say the wrong.
Yeah.
Like the other guy that in the state here, Prince. Where had a platform when he ready, he would be dancing, he would rupture all in his face, be dancing. These are the people. They know what they get.
Are you serious?
Prince, I don't know Prince or Prince who.
Wow.
Talking about Prince. You understand? He's the one I monitor him on platform. He started saying that Labra get medicine, Labra get this. When Labra is good, why he can't go back home? He's sitting up here. When Labra is sweet, let him go back and stay there. Then we will know that Labra is sweet. But they will not be in the corner and be talking, say, oh, everything is okay, and they can't go back home.
Yeah. That's what they're doing.
When you know something is good, if our friend where we are in and I know he in power, I can stay here. I will go. I will not stay on the side and press him. I will go there and be there with him.
Go on the ground.
Yes. But they hanging up and then they pressing in. It's because they're sending them they $1 or $2 here and you know they eating it. So they just feel everything is okay. When you are okay, the other people are not okay. I just want to tell you thank you for the platform, yeah. And I think we got to fight towards this World Crime Code and and the economic. I mean, we all have to assemble at the New York on the 18th. Yeah, on the 18th or the 19th. I don't know.
Looking forward to that.
I would be there.
Yeah. Thank you so much, buddy. Thanks so much, and have a nice day. Thanks for the call as well.
Welcome.
All right, that's Prince there. Sorry, I've got Abraham there, like from USA, also calling this afternoon. But this is how we come to the end of my time here. All right, whichever fence you are sitting on this issue, I just think Liberia. Think about the children as well, because if these people continue to go with impunity, I tell you no lie, there will be no future for Liberia, even in the next 50 years. We will leave and go. Those that will come will pick it up again. We'll continue to just be in the situation that we don't want them to be in. Whatever it is. Thank you for listening. But please, if you're a champion, those of you that are in America, if you can sacrifice that day, and say today, it was a situation that took me out of my country, even though it uprooted me and displaced my people. I lost my relatives or so, but I'm here now. I'm making a difference, and I want to get involved, and I will make sure that indeed I will participate in giving justice to Liberia. Please make your way to the UNGA that day. Take that day off for the people, for those souls, those innocent souls. Just take that day out of that day and say, today I'm not going to work. I'm going to join my colleague. I want to speak out loud as well and say, yes. Oh yes, I want the war crime codes in Liberia. I want them to be punished for what they did to us. Think about that pregnant woman. Her stomach was open. The child was taken out. Think about the story that I played yesterday. How can you, innocent child, how can you hold them by their feet? You hit the head on something. Are we human? Reflect on that. Thank you very much for listening. Justice Forum Liberia. We'll be back here later on this evening again. God bless you for now. God bless our continent, Africa. And indeed, may God bless Liberia. Thanks for your contribution. Bye-bye for now.